Hello everyone, join us on the 6th day of our motorcycle tour along Scotland's North Coast 500 from Plockton to Ullapool. A special highlight is the breathtaking Applecross, Scotland's highest and perhaps most dangerous mountain pass. As usual, you can find our route as GPX tracks in the description below. Let's go! Today we start in the small fishing village of Plockton and drive via Applecross to the North Atlantic coast. The pass is so beautiful that we changed our plans and drove back again to continue north to Ullapool. After a short night, we set off early on May 27 because we still have about 170 miles to go. Nevertheless, we want to see Plockton Harbour in bright sunshine. Plockton is located on a small peninsula and is sheltered from the open sea by Loch Carron Bay. The place is very popular with water sports enthusiasts. Sailors will find 15 berths of yachts here, and many kayakers also set off from here to explore the coast. Seals, birds, porpoises and otters can be spotted here. Those who prefer a more leisurely pace can go on wildlife cruises to watch dolphins. After turning around, we pass our hotel one last time. Before we can head north, however, we need to find a pharmacy. Away from the big cities, it's not that easy to find a pharmacy, so we have to head back towards the Isle of Skye. There's supposed to be an open pharmacy in Gairloch. Let's see. Gairloch, located on the loch of the same name, is the transportation and shopping center for the area and has a terminus station. The tracks from Inverness end right at the water's edge. However, after the Skye Bridge was built, the ferry port lost its importance and today mainly offers a beautiful view of Loch Alch. After completing our shopping, we are on our way back to Plockton. However, this time we will turn north after Gairloch. The picturesque village of Gairloch actually has its own train station with connections to Inverness. Otherwise, with just 20 families living there, it gives the impression of being sleepy. The highlight is certainly the impressive stone bridge that we are about to cross. It spans a small river that is still in its natural state. Our day's journey is only just beginning. We drive towards Craig and later on to Loch Carron along empty single-track roads. There's really no one here. At Loch Carron, we tag along behind some motorcyclists riding ahead of us. Bikes with yellow license plates are mostly from Great Britain. Our experience with British bikers in Scotland has been extremely positive. They are usually very fast and drive very safely. Anyone who dares to ride on the small roads here in completely different weather conditions knows how to drive. On the left-hand side you will see Loch Carron appear from time to time. This lake is up to 110 yards deep and a paradise for anglers. The area is known among other things for Loch Carron of Scotland, one of the most important producers of tartan and family owned since 1892. Its customers include Vivienne Westwood, Ralph Lauren, Burberry and Jigsaw. Tartan is a traditional Scottish woven pattern consisting of intersecting colored stripes, also known as Scottish plaid. Traditionally, the patterns are supposed to represent membership of a Scottish clan, although this is not checked for buyers. It is generally accepted that tartan can be worn if you are related to the clan, have been adopted by it, or even just have the same name. The Scottish Register of Tartans attempts to catalogue existing tartans and avoid duplication. Anyone can register a pattern for a fee of £70. Tartan is used in scarves, plaids and kilts and is woven from pure new wool. We have now circumnavigated Loch Carron and arrived on the other side. Here we find the village of the same name with shops, restaurants, hotels, cafes, a train station, a primary school with 43 pupils and 2 gas stations. The latter are not so common in this part of Scotland. Although only about 920 people live here, there is an amazing range of leisure activities on offer. From golf to shinty, a precursor to hockey, to sailing in an accredited Volvo Championship club, there's a lot to do here. As you have already seen in the village of Loch Carron, there are many bikers in the area. This may be due to the 2 gas stations, but above all bikers are traveling on the North Coast 500 towards or from Applecross, which is where we want to go to. Unfortunately, it's not just motorbikes heading towards Applecross, as you can easily see here. Today's highlight, the Applecross Pass. Here at the Gairloch Cafe and Gallery we're about to turn off onto the pass at an altitude of over 650 yards, which will take us to the Applecross Peninsula. Supposedly the most dangerous pass in Scotland, which you really can tell from looking at it here. The name Applecross is at least 1,300 years old and refers to the 19th century village with 238 inhabitants, a post office and a pub located on the small Applecross Bay, which we are currently heading towards. Right on cue, the clouds part and the blue sky comes through. We drive along a single lane mountain pass, the Applecross Pass, with numerous bends and a gradient of up to 20%. It's good to have had some practice in the Alps beforehand. The Applecross Pass is considered one of the steepest and highest roads in Scotland. There is actually an alternative route for motorhomes, but not everyone sticks to it, as we will see later. A sign advises novice drivers not to drive on the pass. Before the pass road was built, there was only one ship that could take you to the village of Applecross. If you had to leave when the ship wasn't docking, you had to take a rowboat to get to the nearest train station or the steamboat in Applecross Bay. At first, the pass road consisted only of bridle path and footpath. Building a road for the 400 inhabitants living here did not seem economical. Ultimately, however, the decision was made to build it, and after 10 years it was finally completed in 1822. It was not until 1950 that the pass road was paved. A motorhome on a hairpin bend? Never a good idea. There's a local behind us who's very impatient. He's about to let us know in a moment. We let him pass us, probably too late for him. Okay, if I drive this route every day, maybe the slow tourist would get on my nerves too. Behind the pass, a fantastic descent towards the sea awaits us. You ride with a view of Applecross Bay and further across to the islands. The route is not quite as challenging as on the other side. If you think riding your motorcycle over Applecross Pass is an adventure, then you should take a look at the cyclists slowly struggling up the steep pass. Despite, or because of the difficulty, there are 2 public cycling races every year, covering 19 miles and 45 miles. The name Applecross actually refers to all settlements on the peninsula. The row of houses directly on the waterfront, often referred to as Applecross, is also written that way on some maps, but is actually called Shore Street and is locally known as The Street. Today the settlement is also connected by a coastal road which we originally wanted to take for the return trip. But the mountain pass is so extraordinary that we want to drive it again in the other direction. On the way back through the typically barren highland landscape of heath, grass and dark earth interspersed with grey stones, we encounter brave cyclists again, but also experienced lorry drivers. I wonder if they receive hazard pay from their employers. I still have an old German driver's license and I'm allowed to drive trucks up to 7.5 tons. But with this pass I'd rather stick with the GS with 600 pounds. You don't experience that in the Alps either. To avoid oncoming motorcycles, even motorcyclists have to wait in a passing place. But honestly, with a view like this, it's a pleasure to wait. The approach was already impressive, but the view into the wide valley is as awe-inspiring as it is magnificent. In just 5 miles it drops around 650 yards. Now we're back at the foot of the pass and remember the little cafe here. We're getting hungry. The small Bila Cafe and Gallery makes a very inviting impression on us, which is immediately confirmed once we step inside. Super friendly people and very delicious cakes await us. Yummy! With a delicious piece of cake in our stomachs, we now continue north. We still have a long way to go, but fortunately the roads will be easier to drive on from now on. Our route takes us past Loch Duckale, a freshwater lake, into the Bean Ain mountain range. The sandstone massif, which rises to a height of 3,600 feet, is located in the Torridon Hills on the west coast of Scotland. As an UNESCO Biosphere Reserve since 1976, the surrounding forests are home to Scots pines up to 350 years old. The entire massif is a popular destination for hikers, mountaineers and Munro beggars. The term Munro refers to a Scottish mountain that is higher than 3,000 feet. There are a total of 282 such mountains in Scotland, 2 of which are located in the Bean Ain mountain range. Climbing all of the Munros is known as Munro begging and is a popular pastime in Scotland. About halfway between Plockton and Ullapool is the Gairloch Beach Viewpoint, which offers a great view of sandy beaches, dunes and the offshore islands. Due to the proximity of the Gulf Stream, the water here is relatively warm in summer and swimming is officially permitted. It was a little too cold for us at the end of May. We still have about 55 miles to go behind Gairloch Beach. Most of the journey takes us through scenic but rather isolated areas. In the following we will show you a best-of selection with location details, but we cannot provide much background information. Let's get started.
Well, I rolled out of Tulsa with blood on my sleeve, laughing like the devil with nothing up my sleeve. Chased every high on the wrong side of right, a six-string of sidearm and ballroom fights. Left a trail of busted taillights and unpaid tabs, one-night saints and half-wit calves. Thought I was legend, born to run, till the Reaper showed up just having fun. It's all fun until you die, till the jokes dry up and the boots don't lie. One day you're king of the neon tide. Next your name on a stone that nobody signs. You burn it fast, you ride it loud, but every coffin's got a final crowd. Yeah, it's all fun until you die. I got bullet holes stitched in my Sunday coat, a laugh that rattles like a rusted throat. Dodged more graves than I care to know, but the mirror don't lie when the hair turns snow. She warned me once in Amarillo rain, you can't outrun what you won't explain. Now her boots sit empty by the kitchen door, and the jukebox plays like a damn encore. It's all fun until you die, till you're talking to ghosts and the bottle runs dry. You dance with fire, you cheat the fall, but death don't care if you had a ball. The road gets short, the laughs get thin, and you start to wish you could start again. It's all fun. Now I sit where the old men go, trading lies for beer and tales of woe. Still hear the roar of that outlaw life, but the cost gets steep when you lose your wife. It's all fun until you die, or worse, live long enough to ask God why. The thrill runs cold, the wind blows mean, and the past won't wash off your hands clean. So if you're riding high with your middle finger raised, just know even legends get boxed in praise. Yeah, it's all fun. It's all fun. Till you die.
I do love country music. Yeah, all right. That's 4 people. That's not bad.
We arrive at the port town Ullapool early enough to have plenty of time to visit our destination. There is a gas station waiting for us right at the entrance to the town. How convenient. Even more convenient is that our hotel is located right next to the gas station. From here you have a beautiful view of the surrounding mountains and Loch Broom. Ullapool, with its harbour, is the largest settlement with 1,500 inhabitants in the sparsely populated northwestern highlands. Not only did the painter Oskar Kokoschka spend his summer month here, but even today Ullapool is still a starting point for hikers, backpackers and last but not least motorcyclists on the NC500. Not only the huge hotel parking lot, but also the many rooms suggest that we have a lot of tourists arriving here. Many motorcycles are parked on the Arbor Promenade, their owners enjoying the view in the cafes next door. There are plenty of places to stay here. The famous Ullapool clock always reminds you of the correct departure time if, for example, you want to take a ferry to the Outer Hebrides. So, with these beautiful images from the port town of Ullapool, today's stage comes to an end. Soon we will continue on this channel with the next day of our Scotland tour. If you enjoyed the video, we would be delighted if you would like and subscribe. See you soon.